So I don't know if this has happened to anyone else. This has definitely happened to me. Have you ever been to the gym one day and you totally smashed it? You push yourself and you repped to failure, and after maybe an hour or so, you went home, um, and then later in the day, you felt like you had more energy back in you, and you went back to the gym. I don't know how many people do this, but this happens to me somewhat frequently, and it's happening less and less as I'm learning how to manage myself, I guess, and my workload. But a lot of times I will have enough energy in me to do like maybe two or maybe even three workouts, and that kind of shows to me that maybe I'm not doing enough in the gym. And I'll explain in what sense. So I think it's really common for people to think that if they go to the gym and lift heavy weight once a day, that they're gonna get strong. And I think that that's like it can be true, but it's also depending on what conditions. So I think the human body is designed for volume, and is designed for for frequent repetitions of motion. I think if you look back to our ancestors, or even just like 200 years ago here in America, how just to live, people have to be bent over, they have to be plowing fields, planting, like kind of what's the word, harvesting crops, digging, having to build fences or whatever, build houses. It's a lot of work, and it's a everyday thing. And if you get tired, or if you get sick, or you can't go anymore, it could cost you and your family your livelihood. So at some point, your body just gets conditioned to respond to stress, and your body develops an ability to persevere, to have endurance, basically. But these days, since we don't really do that much work, our work is considered going to the gym for an hour, bang out some reps and sets, and then go home and drink a protein shake. And I think we need to change our state of mind, I guess, as to how is it that we're going to build strength. And I am convinced at this point it's just a reps game. It's a matter of numbers, and it's basically like how fast. Like I don't know what the right number is, but let's say how fast can you get to 10,000 reps? How quickly can you get to 1,000,000 reps, if that's even possible? And those are big numbers that it's hard for me to kind of picture. But maybe let's say that you're in a workout, you need a minimum of 50 and maybe up to 100 reps or something like that. But at the same time, you have to realize there's a balance where if you don't lift a heavy enough weight, your core and your nervous system are not going to get taxed enough. They're not going to be worked enough, and strength might not develop. So, anyway, my rules after having lifted and tried out a lot of things for years now, and now I'm just finally getting around to being consistent in the gym. If you watch Ivan Juric, he's one of my favorite channels to watch on YouTube. He has put me onto this idea of training to an 80% max. He calls it a working max. And so basically, if you can determine what's your maximum capacity for any lift, and you determine what the range is for 60 to 80%, you warm up until you get to that range, and you work in that range for as long as you feel like your body needs it. And one thing I'm trying to do better is I'm trying to go into the gym with an empty and clear mind. And instead of, because anyway, I should stop cutting myself off. I should just say what I'm going to say. Basically, go into the gym and be open-minded to anything that your body impresses on you, anything your body signals to you. For example, today I had no plans except for to do the Romanian deadlifts, RDLs, that I'm doing right now. And in my mind, I was thinking, like, after this, if I feel like I need to do anything else, I will. If not, I will just hang it up for today. This isn't like a permanent thing, but this is just how I think you should get started. Like, I'm in the beginning stages of weightlifting. I think that the most important thing is that you work your nervous system, you strengthen your core, and allow the rest of your body to develop accordingly. Just in this lift alone, the Romanian deadlift. If you lift the bar off the rack, you're pulling with your lower and upper back, and your shoulders as well are involved. I can feel my triceps contracting, And then as I bend and go to about parallel, I can feel my hamstrings, my glutes, and even my calf muscles tightening to support the weight. And as I stand up and contract, I can feel all the muscles working together. And so just in that one movement, I can tell not only is my core is the main, what's the word? I'm trying to think of a fancy word, but anyway, it's the main group being used is my core. Core being, I think I would define it as everything wrapped around your spine. That's my whole core. My whole core is the number one thing being worked in this exercise, and everything else is just like an added bonus. And because I'm working up to an 80% max, I know that it's enough weight to make me stronger. It's enough weight to give my nerves and my system a shock with the sensory input. And if I do this for enough reps today and come back again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, and I eat well and I sleep well, there's no reason in my mind why I shouldn't see results. And so I think everyone should have this kind of mindset, not to kill themselves at once on one session in the gym. I think people become really discouraged when they do that, when they go so hard that later that week they can't even find that, not even just the energy but the willpower, like the desire. They don't even want to go back into the gym. Psychologically, knowing that your body is about to get destroyed, it's the last thing your body wants. The last thing your body wants is just to be compromised and to become weakened. So instead of destroying ourselves in the gym, I think we should strengthen ourselves in the gym. I think the idea of repping until failure and going super hard, doing like 10 different exercises, all with like 10 sets of 12 reps or whatever, going to failure. I think it's just a hypertrophy gone wild. Hypertrophy is a style of training where you force blood and other fluids to fill your muscles through contraction, and it's the bodybuilding way of doing exercise. And I think everyone should learn and understand that it's kind of some form of systematic abuse, I guess, of the way your body is designed, because your body converts the food you eat and everything into different nutrients and different I guess there's like glucose, and I've heard of glycogen and other kinds of things. I'm not exactly sure everything that's in your bloodstream, but it gets deposited into your muscles, and at the point where you start exercising, those nutrients and that reserve is then it's pumped into your muscles to give fuel, if that makes sense. And if you learn how to kind of trick the system, you can force yourself through heavy contractions and then force all that into your muscles, causing that pump. But if you think about it, if you think of your muscles as some sort of water balloon, it can be kind of dangerous, I guess, to fill your muscles with that much volume of anything all at once. And I think the best thing to do is to be considerate of your system and how it's designed. And anyway, so if it were up to me and I could retrain everyone on how to do exercise, I don't know everything, but I would implement this idea that it's more important to get to have a a consistency, a daily consistency of being in the gym, rather than going super hard every day. Just think of it in terms of farmer strength, like I've already tried to explain. It's that if you do it every day and you go until you're tired, you rest, and you go, and once you're not tired again, you go again. Maximize your body's capacity to work volume instead of working for intensity. And over time, you should develop the proper strength to live a healthy life. So that's going to be it for me today. If you're listening up to this point, get off your butt, go to the gym. Get off your butt and make it happen today. I believe in you. So thanks for listening. Have a good one. Bye.